Beauties, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be doing a green and gold glitter halo eye, as you can tell from the opening. And so for primer, I'm just going to put some Tarte Shape Tape on my eye and blend that out with my finger. And then I'm going to be going in with my Morphe E17 brush and some Laura Mercier setting powder. And I'm setting that so that way it'll be a lot easier for us to blend out our eyeshadow. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Butter. This is going to be the transition shade, one of the two transition shades that we will be using. And I'm just using this with a Morphe blending brush to use windshield wiper motions across my eye, making sure that that shadow is to the color intensity that I want, because we want to make sure that all these eyeshadows are very well blended together. And so once I do that, I'm going in with the shade Creamsicle and basically just doing the same thing, putting that exactly where I put that shade Butter, and making sure that everything is blended together so that when we go to put on our green shadow, everything is nice and blended together. So the first green shade that we are going in with is the green from the 12B palette, I want to say. And I am taking a tinier Morphe blending brush and I am putting this shade in my inner and outer corners and a little bit up in the crease so that way we can get that nice halo effect. And I'm doing my best to leave the center of my lid blank because, as you can see on the other eye, that is where we are going to be putting all that fun glitter. So I am blending this out and adding more product and blending it out and adding more product, which is exactly what you want to do, especially with shades like these. And then now I'm going in with the shade Enchanted, which is the dark green from the Jaclyn Hill palette. And I am going over the same exact spots where I put that previous green shadow because I want a little bit of a gradient effect, and I want this shadow to have a lot of depth and dimension to it. So we're doing lighter to darker greens, and I am adding a little bit of product as we go because just as you do with a smoky eye, you don't want to add too much product because then it is very, very difficult to blend all of it out, and it's just much easier to add a little bit and then keep going on and making sure that everything is nice and blended into the color intensity that you want. So now I'm going in with the Tarte Shape Tape and the end of a Tarte brush, and it's really small and dense, so I'm going to be using this to apply the concealer, which is going to be the place where we apply that glitter. And I'm making sure that this stays in the center of my eye. I'm being very careful not to go into the inner or outer corners because this is going to be really the main focus of the eye, and so I'm going to start blending that in and down. And now for the main event. I'm so excited for this part. I am taking the Lit Cosmetics adhesive and applying that to my eye, as well as their glitter in the style in the shade Hello Sunshine. This is a reflective kind of glitter. It has a lot of like really pretty like golds in it. It's interesting because this has like a little bit of like gold and like other different colors in it, I think, but the majority of this glitter is gold, so it works really, really well for this eye look, and I just think that it is absolutely gorgeous. And Lit Cosmetics does have 3 different types of glitters. They range from glitter sizes from 1 to 3, and this I believe was 2. And so then I'm going back in with that Enchanted color, and I'm going in on the inner and outer corners again just to make sure that that glitter doesn't take away any of the color intensity from the green shadow, because we want to make sure that that's definitely there because it is a very important part of the look. I apologize for the lighting in this little picture right here, but I'm going to be using the Tinkerbell lashes from House of Lashes. I love these lashes, especially for this look, because they are very light and wispy and very subtle, but they still add a nice little like flirty vibe to this look, which I really like because you can still see the shadow behind the eyelashes, so they're not too voluminous so that you can't see anything. And I'm using the white Duo eyelash glue because we don't have any eyeliner on, so I'm going to be using the white one. And so then I'm going to go back in with that Enchanted shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm putting that just above where we started to put that Tarte Shape Tape because I want to make sure that that green does not get lost in our crease because it's definitely, I mean, obviously, as you can tell, it's a very important part of this look, but we want to make sure that there is definitely some intensity, just especially right above that glitter, because that's going to be the focal point of this look. Now I'm just taking a fluffy Morphe blending brush and I'm just blending the crease up towards the brow bone just to make sure that I don't have any harsh lines, and then I'm going to be going in on a pencil brush also from Morphe, and I'm combining the colors in light and light, I think, yeah, in light and beam, and I'm using those as my brow bone and my inner corner highlight, and these go very well, especially with this look. So now I'm taking my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer and I'm using this to prime my face. I love this primer because I do have oily skin and it helps my foundation and everything look very matte, which I love. So I am applying this all over my face. Now I am going in with my Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation. This is in the shade 125, I believe, and I definitely could use a foundation just a tad bit lighter because this is slightly darker than my neck, but we're just gonna ignore that. And so I'm applying this with my stippling brush from my Vanity Planet set. Love this brush, it's amazing, you need to get it. And so I'm just applying this foundation all over my face. Now I'm going in with my Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer. I believe this is the shade Light Neutral, and I am taking that and going underneath my eyes, and then I will also be taking it in the other places that you put your concealer, on your forehead, down your nose, and on my chin as well. And one of the things that I really like about this concealer is that it's very full coverage, so you really don't need that much of it. The only thing I don't like about this is that it does dry out a little quicker than other formulas do, so that's why I'm blending out my under eyes as soon as I apply them instead of waiting to apply my entire face and then blending. But I do like the way that this finishes on my face. It's absolutely gorgeous and it's matte, which I love, so definitely would recommend this if you're looking for a full coverage concealer that is matte. Before we go in and set our concealer, I'm going in with the cream contour shade in the Tarte Pro Glow palette, and I'm applying this with a large cream shader brush, also from the Vanity Planet set. I love this cream contour shade because it is very cool tone, which I am obsessed with cool tone contour shades, and it blends out very easily. I love the way that it goes on so easily because sometimes, like, with certain cream contours, you kind of have to, like, drag it along your skin, which is never fun. So I really like the way that this formula is. It's very creamy, very easy to blend out, so I would definitely recommend this if you're looking for a palette that also has other things in it, so that way you don't have to buy a bunch of different makeup items, because I know that can get expensive. So this is definitely a good palette to go to if you want multiple products in one thing. And even though this is fast forwarded, I would just like to tell you guys that this does blend out so quickly. Like, I've used cream contour shades before. The first one I ever had was the cream contour kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I love her products, but that one just did not work for me. It was honestly so hard for me to blend out, and this, I would totally recommend getting this over that, because if you don't like those particular shades that kit comes in, I personally would just like completely recommend this palette. I think it is absolutely perfect, especially for those of you that like cool tone contour shades. So before I go in and add any powder contour, I'm going to be going with my Laura Mercier setting powder, and I'm going to be taking this all over my face. Wherever I put any product, concealer, cream contour, anything, you're going to be setting it because A, we have to set our concealer, and B, there's a really good tip from Nicole Concilio that I learned where you should never add powder on top of cream products unless you have already set the cream products. That way, especially for contour, it doesn't get all muddy and nasty and gross. So I'm actually really excited about this because I honestly think that it helped my contour come out amazing. So I would definitely say you should do this step. Even like if you're taking the time to do the cream contour, definitely take the time to set the contour with this powder because it's amazing. So now to set the cream contour, now that we've added the translucent powder so that nothing gets muddy, I'm going to be going in with the shade Sculpt from the same Tarte Pro Glow palette, and I am taking the angled contour brush from the Vanity Planet sets, and I'm going to be setting all the places where I put my contour, so the hollows of my cheeks, the outsides of my chin, the temples of my forehead, and the sides of my nose. And now for blush, I will be going in with the shade California from the Benefit Cosmetics Cheekathon palette. And I'm taking my angled blush brush, this is the E4 brush from Morphe, and I'm just taking that from the apples of my cheeks up to my ears, making sure that everything is nice and blended in, so there are no harsh lines between that and my contour. And then I'm going in with the fourth highlighter shade in the Tarte Pro Glow palette. As you can see, I'm pretty obsessed with this. I love Tarte's highlighter shades. They are all so amazing. They totally get that some people want to blind the haters with their highlight, and this is just absolutely gorgeous. I love the way that it looks when the light hits it. So I'm applying this to the highest points of my face, so my cheekbones, on top of my eyebrows, the tip of my nose, as well as the very top of my nose, and then I think my Cupid's bow. So now I'm taking another Tarte double-ended brush, and I'm taking the very small side of the brush, and I'm going in with the Enchanted shade that we put on the inner and outer corners of the eye, as well as above the concealer and the glitter, and I'm putting that on my lash line, and I'm just blending that out. I don't want this to be super smoky, I just want it to be nice and blended out, but also with the same color intensity as the one on the lid. And then I am also taking the same Lit Cosmetics glitter and applying that in the middle of my eye, so that way the lower lash line and the lid match. Now I'm going to be taking a really cool Tarte Cosmetics product. These are their lip tints. This, I don't know the shade of it, but I will link it down below. But it's a very pretty pink, peachy nude, and I think it's perfect for this because it's like just a little bit different than the shade of my lips naturally. And so I'm putting that on, and then I am putting the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie on top of that. And I'm making sure that the lips are very light, more nude color, just because I don't want any of the attention to be focused away from the eyes, just because the eyes are just so beautiful. We don't want anything bold on the lips. And so now I'm going to be setting all that makeup with my Urban Decay De-Slick Setting Spray. This is the finished look. I am so excited about the way that this came out. I honestly love this. I know that a lot of different Christmas looks don't usually use green, but I wanted to do something a little bit different this time. I'm going to be doing one more look for the year, and hopefully it will be up for New Year's. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. Please follow me on my Instagram. Please subscribe. Please like. My Instagram is ash_slay_makeup. So make sure to give me a follow and make sure that you guys spread the word and make sure that anybody that you know that is interested in makeup, who has a passion for makeup, knows that I'm posting these videos, because I know sometimes people just don't know, and you need to spread the word. You just need to. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.